So we are going to present our project about how barrier affect on the collision. Here's our member in the group. This is a table of contents. We're going to talk about the introduction first. Then we're going to have a look at the objective, methodology, result analysis, and conclusion.
So, around 1.3 million people die every year because of the road traffic crashes. So, the road traffic safety is becoming more important and getting more attention from the institutions. So, this awareness related to the barrier, which plays an important role in increasing road traffic accidents. Thus, we decided to investigate the material that we has the most advantage to both humans and the environment. And the concentration of this project is the car damage. The car damage will be determined by the collision between a toy car and the various types of barrier, including plastic and trucks. Thus, we develop an experiment in which the same car crashes into a barrier in the same way with the same velocity. And one of the equipment is the science application Arduino SJ, which utilize the accelerometer to do the scientific experiment. To estimate the response force, use total acceleration and y-axis acceleration. Each type of chops absorbed force may also be determined.
Okay, so this is the literature reviews. We're gonna talk about the tree that we use in these experiments. The first one is about the Yukin tree. It is a medium size to the small size, which had the maximum height around 1 meter to 4 meter.
And the second shrubs we are using is Cape jasmine, a woody shrub with attractive foliage and fragrant, conspicuous flowers, which is be able to grow to 0.5 to 2 meters tall.
And the last one is Isora, a woody shrub dwarf selection with compact form up to 0.9 meters when grown in ground.
And next, the objective. We do this research because we are aim to observe which material is the safest barrier in order to reduce the severity of road traffic accidents by calculating the action force. So this report presents a discussion on the optimal choice of the material of the barrier.
In this report, the theory we use is the action force and momentum impulse. So our hypothesis is Isora measuring about 6 centimeters long is the safest barrier compared to UKT, Cape Jasmine, and plastic barrier. So our method, we use Google Scholar to find out of the research articles on acceleration and action force, characteristics of collision shrubs and plastic barriers, and other information about car crashes into barriers. We created a car crash simulation model that is 18 times smaller and gathered the total acceleration and y-axis acceleration data to create the table comparing each type of trap and barrier. So first we study about the characteristic of collision, Second, we collect the barrier materials, which is plastic barrier is type of HDPE, and shrub is UKT, Isora, and Cape Jasmine. Then we design the experiment, then start the experiment. We collect the data from Science app about the acceleration and action force. We collected acceleration, speed, and action force. Next is we repeat the procedure to make sure that the test result is true. And the last one is we collect the data and conclusion. So you can see in the left side, it shows the pictures that we designed our experiment. We show the height of the roots and the plants and the length between the car and the plants. Also the acceleration written over there.
So the next one is about the data collections. Data collections is the part of the data collection. So we get this data from the sensor in the applications. So in the first graph is about the total accelerations. So we according the accelerations from the four situations. Also, the next one is about the color detections again, but it is about the y-axis accelerations. So the y-axis acceleration is mean the accelerations in the opposite side of the total accelerations. It mean you can know the value of the accelerations in the opposite sides. So it mean like you can know about the force that the tree affect to the car. So this is the videos of our experiment. So the next one is about the result analysis. Okay, so in the part of the result analysis, the first formula that is the main formula that we use to calculate the value in this experiment is the sigma f equal to ma. We use this formula to calculate about the action force and reaction force. Also, the another theory that we use is about the momentum impulse. We use this formula is F delta T equal to mv minus mu. We use this formula to calculate about the value of the force before and after catch. So in the first experiments that you can see in the videos, we have this table and this graph to to show you about the result of the experiments. In the graph is the rates of the y-axis accelerations, the reaction force, and the momentum. So in the table, it is the real number that we can get from the sensor in the applications. And the second one of the analysis of the results is from the experiment 2. So same as the previous one, the in the graph is mean like the rates of the y-axis accelerations, reaction force, and momentum. So in the table, this is the real number that we get from the sensor in the application. So you can see that in the graph, the when the average of the number and the value is quite similar. And the last one is from the third experiment. So in this part, we concerns about the same type of plant and use the different height to prove that the real result that we get is a real situation that affect in this experiment. So in the graph is mean like the y-axis accelerations, the action force and momentum. So in the table, it is a number that we get from the sensor. Okay. So, and the last one is about the analysis of the result in the part of the momentum. So we use the data from the graph and the previous table to calculate about the value of the momentum. So we can assume that the value of the momentum that are be the average is mean like that value from that barrier is make that barrier safety. So we concern about the value of the barrier that have the value of the momentums are in the middle. So it means that barrier is safe. Okay, so you can see from the graph that the isora with the 6 centimeters is mean safety more safety than the another type of the trees and the another type of the height.
And for the last thing is the conclusion. And the data of total acceleration and y-axis acceleration from the table 1 and 2 are used to plot the figure 1, 2, and 3, as you have seen in the past slide. These bar charts present the relationship between the acceleration with ratio, the acceleration with height, and the acceleration with the same chart, but in different height. Here's in respectively. Due to the momentum theory that action force is equal to the reaction force, we use the reaction force or the barrier to the car to calculate the damage that was made on the car. Moreover, the median value of momentum impulse, which was given by the barriers, proved that it is the safest barrier. And thank you.